Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Around the Game, of course, Sunday edition. And of course, I am your host, Vinny Jura. And tonight, we are blessed to have Ajakmalaat, captain Ndejje basketball team, one of the founding members of the Play for Peace tournament in Uganda. Ajak, you're very welcome.
Yeah, fine, thank you, Vinny.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I really appreciate it.
Does Corona have anything on you?
Not so much. Corona, I don't even think Corona is
In
there.
Uganda.
People are having fun in Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, why and how did you begin playing basketball?
Why and how? I started basketball in 2012 in Arua, in a school called St. Joseph's College of Bachi.
Okay.
Yeah, I can say shout out to all the Bachans.
Yeah.
That school is really great. It's called a great college. So, and at first I liked the street basketball, anyone. So there's a friend called Ali, some friend called Pan. So he gave me these mixtapes. The mixtapes were called Source. So from there, watching those mixtapes made me like basketball. Like I wanted to dribble the ball between the legs all the time and all that thing. The only issue was that I didn't work on my handles very well because I was tall and all that.
Yeah.
So stats like that. There's a guy called Adeba calls me on, like, you see, when people go out during evening hours, it was called CIA. So he calls me like, you're tall, come and play basketball. Just like that in senior one. So I'm like, okay, let me reach there. Just start stepping on court, picking rebounds and all that, then starts like that. So all those big boys went off. By that time, it's hard to step on the court because the big boys are always there. So it wasn't easy. So you come, you wait a bit, then and it was a Maram court, that it was not Tama.
Yeah. So
we used to use these opens, slipper sometime, you just run.
Yeah.
So when you go back, that's the no shots. Yeah.
So were you bullied like the first time you were on the court?
The first time I was on the court, of course we were bullied in a way that pass the ball. So you are not supposed to score so much. That's the bully we got.
The big boys never beat you.
Big boys, I wasn't beaten because I always had that good relationship with the big boys.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was already tall. I was always their height. Yeah, and, those celebrities or senior ones are always there. Was amongst them.
So you're a celebrity senior one.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about the teams you've been to, like in Uganda, ever since you began playing basketball in the league or something.
Yeah, I went to Budo after that for my senior prize. Then that was under Coach Johnny, and Coach Johnny had a team called Giant Stormers. So Giant Stormers was a team in the D League. So he used to recruit us from school. We come over the weekend and beat people, but then we were only high schoolers. We even come out in our grey uniform.
So Johnny was a coach in Budo, yeah. And of course coaching Giant Stormers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So Coach Johnny was the coach at Budo and was still coaching so many schools. He coaches so many clubs. We don't even know others.
Yeah. So you've been like to Budo secondary school basketball team. Then you joined Giant Stormers.
Yeah.
When was that?
That was in 2016. So when we were in Budo, we were playing as well as in school period. So it's not like even we were never paid or anything. We were getting experience, like getting game time, how to play and all that.
Yeah.
So from there, we just come from school on a Saturday, we come and play, then we go back to school. He drives us back to school, just like that. So we win more games. We're in the playoffs. Yeah, that's how it works.
So from Giant Stormers, you went and played
for Ndejje straight. I went to Ndejje. That's after I'm done with my senior 6. So the Ndejje University was my first team to play, and it was in the big league, NBL.
Okay. Yeah. So when playing for the Budo team, secondary school, were you on scholarship?
Yeah, I was on a scholarship.
How did you get the scholarship? You're studying in Obachi, Budo is in UPG, right?
Yeah, Buddha is in it. Not in PG, it's in Wakiso.
Okay, so.
So it was like, when we're in a row, there are so many kids. There was a guy called Albino and some guy called LD. So they first came this side and like they got scholarships from a school called Makerere Migade, something like that.
Yeah,
so they keep telling us, hey, man, we know you're good, so come this side. So the first day I come, I was at YMCA for Friday night lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the school that I was to go to was Mashariki. And after my senior, I was supposed to go to India for studies. So the India deal failed because war broke out in South Sudan. So my parents were not going to manage to during the war and then studies abroad. It was going to be hard, and my sisters abroad and all that. It was going to be hard, and brothers abroad to pay.
Yeah.
So they are like, let's first wait. This war might not end very soon. The 2013 war. So I'm like, now am I going to just have a dead year after my senior four? So I'm like, let me just get to Kampala and do something about basketball because I was already now getting good. So I reach YMCA. I'm supposed to go to Mashariki, but Mashariki, the coach, there's a coach called Coach Z. Coach Z fails to let me. We didn't link up well. So there's a guy called Nelly. And he tells me, we shall meet tomorrow. So at YMCA, I meet Onen. This Onen, Coach Onen,
the referee.
The referee. Then Onen tells me, there's a better school, Budo. And you know, that time our results are very good. I passed. So on my results, we've seen this best performing schools, Budo, they are top 1, 2, 3. So, and then they're telling me I go there. So I'm like, okay, this is a good thing it's a good deal. So he calls Coach Johnny. Coach Johnny was on the tables, officials tables.
Yeah.
Then we met with him and it's like, tomorrow, let's meet at Chitende, they are qualified.
Just like that?
Just like that. He asked me, did you finish your P7 year? I said, yeah. I finished my primary year in Kampala. She's like, okay, that's good. So do you have your pass slip? I'm like, yes, I have it. It's like, okay, bring it tomorrow and meet them. So we go there. I find my Shariki is also there. That the school that I was coming for.
Yeah.
Then the other coach tells me, I don't know you. I've never seen you play. So you wait a bit. We shall talk later. Then the other players are like, we have seen this kid play somewhere. So you give him a chance. It's like, all right. We shall see later. Johnny comes, tells me, bring me your pass. Get a jersey. Where are your shoes? Immediately. I just go on the pitch and started there like, okay, this one, we have to take him. So the next day I'm getting my admissions, my everything. I'm signing on all the things.
Yeah.
Just like that. And that's how I entered Budo. And I entered even Budo in the middle of the term, first term, because I delayed so much.
Yeah.
And I enter and find even the exams, people are sitting exam on Thursday. So I'm in senior 5 and I enter just to
Oh my god. That was crazy. So about Coach Jody, tell us about Coach Jody, because that man, I think he multitasks a lot. Like you say, he coaches like 20 teams in Uganda.
Coach Jody is one great guy. We have learned a lot from him. One thing is, we all know that everything is possible with Coach Jody. So he does a lot of things, and the most important thing about him is that he accomplishes them. Matter is doing all the great things at once. When we are going for nationals, we can't even see Coach Jody traveling with us. But it will come like the night. He will travel overnight because he had business to do in Kampala. So he travels overnight. In the morning, that's when we see him for game. Just
waiting for you at the court.
After even we have done with finals like this, even doesn't wait for dinner. What? He's out. So he's just a busy guy. And we have learned a lot from him.
Okay. Yeah, so you're one of the founding members of a very popular tournament in Kampala. It's called Play for Peace. I don't know if it's about only South Sudanese in Uganda or it's for everyone. Tell us about the tournament.
Yeah, Play for Peace tournament it's a tournament that was founded by a group of all South Sudanese boys who have been who had the chances or the opportunities to get scholarships at various universities in Kampala, in Uganda. So these guys all come up and like, we need to make a body that brings us all together, and from there our kids will be getting opportunities, and the game will also be popular among our communities. So from there we start the committee. The committee was formed, a 10-man committee. So we come up, it was the old guys, even they're not around now, those of Owen, those of Mike, me, Dut Abraham, Akej, Wal, Lino, KD, Galit, and Akwe, a lot of guys, even the other guys who have gone abroad, like Deng James, guys were all like wanting to participate in this thing. Yeah, so they're all people.
What was the motive behind forming that tournament?
As the name can also stands for it, play for peace, because we all know that we wanted to use basketball as a tool to bring peace for us. And behind that peace, it's making us the youth grow together, that we have peace among ourselves. And beside the peace among ourselves, we wanted to make sure to sell the product that basketball is also a gift, that you can use it for educating yourself. So we wanted to use basketball basically for education purpose. And that is, if we told the guys that this is how they dribble, just a dribble and you get to school, just a shot and you get to school. So we wanted to let them know that instead of being idle in other things, parents paying a lot of school fees, there's war home, money might not be there, you can also have the talent schooling you, paying your school fees and all that. So that talent, it's one thing, guys. Many people who have the height are enjoying it, but the other part was we didn't want to see the kids idle. We wanted to engage them during holidays with activities, basketball. When you come back from school, you know that there's a tournament coming up, so you need to show up fresh, shorts and all that, and win awards. We also award people and win championships, instead of you engaging in drugs, in a lot of idleness, nights out, videos and all those things. Because when you always think about basketball, you know 4:30 the basketball court. So 4:30 has taken almost to 8. You're reaching home, shower and all that. The next thing is sleep. Tomorrow, if you have practice, maybe in the morning. So you always think about basketball all the time. So we wanted kids to know that.
Okay, so organizing such a tournament requires a lot. It's held at KIU, and I know it involves paying for the venue, like different things. So, do you guys have a sponsor or something?
It's been hectic. So far, we used to sponsor ourselves. The committee members contribute money and put the money together, and that money we use it for our activities. We're always wishing for bigger sponsors to show up and come in, but sponsorship has been one of our hardest part. It's been a challenge to us, but we got one sponsor that made our third edition so nice, so marvelous. It was called Taco Airlines. Taco Airlines is a company for Sudan that deals in flights. So Taco Airlines provided us with jerseys, provided us with the kids, with the balls. Man, it was very awesome. We had really a blast that time. Playing nice. Kids were all there. We advertised ourselves. It was really very good. Otherwise, we also have individuals like our parents' homes who give us money. We go to, there's a Mama Ajak. Mama Ajak is one of the ladies that has been supporting us. We also have our patron Emmanuel Tombe, has always been there behind us all the time, pulling out money. He was working at the embassy. So we also have guys like Mark Mayen Wall. He works at the embassy and he's a basketballer also. He played once in Kenya in the league. So these individuals, when they have the money, they always support us. Or they have a lot of people from the embassy supporting us from their own pockets and like, go and do this. And yeah, however much we've organized so many editions that some editions we are not sponsored, some editions we have to pull from our side. Yeah. So far we are waiting for our 6th edition. We've done the 5th edition. Yeah, and it has been great, and it's getting popular that we always get scouts coming abroad. Like last year, we had a scout that came through one of our partners, Kampala Rockets basketball. Kech has a relationship with
Mr. Omar.
Yeah. So Mr. Omar had a friend, Enes Kante, manager, the one in Boston Celtics. So he came over to watch our tournament.
He specifically came for that tournament.
Came for that tournament. They also gave us money to support the tournament. So it was really nice. We really appreciate, and Hank Fatigue came all the way for that, and it was through Mr. Omar Sali.
Okay. Yeah. So I heard you talk about the war in Sudan, South Sudan. How has the war affected basketball in South Sudan?
So far, we all know war. War is it's a bad thing. That if Uganda is entering into elections, I should say that we should never opt for anything like war, because with the youth, we can be like we're behind Bob Wine, politics and all that shit, Museveni and all that thing. The thing is, should just be a peaceful thing, because war comes with a lot of damages, a lot of things. I'm not so much political. I don't like politics because it's never nice, because that's war. So war has affected basketball so much in South Sudan in a way that we don't have big stadiums. The game is not so popular in the villages. Basketball is just around Juba. When you go to the other villages, you'll find that maybe there's a court that has been damaged and has not been repaired again. I can say Rombe, Wow, Punch, Ball, all other things. So the war affects the kids that most of us are not home, we're in refugee camps. Basically, even me personally, I'm a refugee, I have a refugee ID. So I can say we have families in the refugee. So war has really affected us in a way that we're not having that free mind to be home, and basketball would really be very far. War has made it a way that guys who are supposed to develop this talent are not back home, they are all abroad, and it's hard to come back because of war. Yeah. So it's really tough that, but we all know when peace comes and settles, because if we speak, basketball unites a lot of people.
Yeah.
We saw it at what happened in Kenya. South Sudanese, even the stadium was fully packed, and guys even had to use even windows to enter through because there are no seats, and the game even was delayed. Our finals with Kenya, because it was too many, there were not enough seats.
There were too many Sudanese in.
Too many Sudanese.
Did they travel or they live in Kenya?
They live in Kenya. Others who live in Nakuru, Eldoret had to move to Nairobi for that game, and the stadium got packed, but there were no seats, and it was really very, very, very. It showed that we are so patriotic about this game and we love the game.
Yeah.
From how we come from the legends we all have, not to mention, but it's really great. Yeah. So
tell us about the Sudanese league here, because I believe it must be very competitive. I don't know. That's why I want you to tell me.
True. The league is so competitive, but the league, I think Uganda league is way much better because they are organized. But our league is now stepping up so much. The league has been competitive in a way that basically people are playing are kids, and the old guys are so much engaged with other activities or busy work and all that. It's not like the Uganda league, and the teams are also few.
How many teams are there?
I cannot say like we only have one league. That is not like
no many divisions.
No many divisions. We only have that one league.
And how many teams in the division?
There could be more than 12.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So how long does it run for?
I'm not so much sure about how to run, but what I know is they always have playoffs in September, October. Yeah.
Okay. So if you compare Ugandan basketball and South Sudan basketball, what do you think about both leagues?
Both leagues, Ugandan basketball is so much competitive. They have the resources. However much the facilities are still weak and low, but it's far much better than our federation in the way that it's organized.
Okay.
They have their channels, websites, all these things. The players are always active. Stats are all over, everywhere. The media is on them. But ours is kind of different. We lack a lot of things. But right now, as I'm talking, we've established ourselves. The federation it's on FIBA. It's going to run a real league, not just a league like it was before. It's going to be a different league. If you're from Uganda, you're not going to just play our federation like before. You see those of Mundi going back and play
come back.
Yeah, but right now it's not going to happen.
Okay, so you play for Ndejje basketball team currently. How has Ndejje University affected your life?
Ndejje University has really changed a lot of things for me, from being a young man to a man that I'm about to become. It's been a great thing. I've achieved a lot with Ndejje. I can say maybe basketball brought me my first visa, flying abroad,
Okay.
going to China under Ndejje University for World University Basketball Championship. So FISU, that was a 3-on-3 team. We won for Africa. That's one of our biggest achievements. That's after we had traveled to Ethiopia. So Ndejje basically has made a lot of things for me, from mentorship from the coaches, from the university, from my teammates who support and who provide how we talk, how we do things. It's really a great thing that I'm happy to be part of that family.
Okay.
It's a very big family. Coach Walker, Coach Johnny, and the likes of Katumbas, guys who have left, the likes of Mikey, guys who have left, guys who mentored us, and the leadership of Chera Innocent. So it's been a great thing that we were part of that family. So the brotherhood never ends. However much someone has gone somewhere, it's always there.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So you got a scholarship in Ndejje University.
Yeah, sure.
So what are you doing in Ndejje? Like what course?
Doing banking and insurance at Ndejje University.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what achievements have you got with Ndejje so far? Like tournaments won?
Tournaments and Ndejje I've achieved so far. I'm not the most decorated in Ndejje, but I can say I've won some games, and we've won the African 3-on-3 championship in Ethiopia. That's after beating. In fact, our hardest opponent was Senegal, but when we went through, we just beat Nigeria like that. Then also in that same tournament, there was 5-on-5, and we lost to Ghana. That was really a tough game. We lost in the fourth quarter, so we managed to get silver. That's one of our achievements also, which has been big. Also the East African Championship in Dodoma, also took it from KU, Kenyatta University. Then in Uganda also, I'm a defending champion of university games. First took Floodlights Championship, also took the university games in 2019. Then I also defended it last year.
Okay.
Against
UC. Yeah. Okay, so you've gone through hands of very influential coaches in Uganda. You've talked about Coach Mapesa. I don't think there are lots of people who don't know Johnny in Uganda. You've gone through Mapesa, then you've also gone through Coach CW. That's Coach Walker Obedi. Tell us about Mr. Walker. I remember sometime back he had problems with the federation. People thought he was going to become the football president. Tell us about Walker. He seems to be a very nice gentleman.
Coach Walker is one hard guy that we all know. He's no one who doesn't know he goes hard, and has taught us how to work hard. Honestly speaking, Walker can give you a suicide and you have to run it in less than the required time. Whether you like it or not, Walker is a hard-working personality. He's a very good gentleman. In heart, he has nothing that he keeps against. He doesn't keep grudges. But what he wants is success to achieve. Whether it's through this world, we have to go through it. Yeah. So he has really taught us how to work hard. Work hard. Ndejje is known for running every team in the league.
Yeah. Transition.
That's our basketball. And it's because of what we used to practice. However much what is letting us down of our late games is because we didn't have a good facility. If we had that facility, we were going to have a lot of things doing well. Because we play like the tempo basketball where you run, guys are working hard. We are the smallest team. We don't have bodies. We don't have figures like guys with weight and all that. But because of the heart Walker's put in us, we always fight. Being a device, Coach Mapesa doing all the things that cannot be seen down, like his game reading, and these are really great coaches. And beside that, they also motivate us on how to be a better man outside. That's the most important part of it. Okay. Walker checks our results. You bring your results, you bring them out, and they're like, why have you got a D here? Why have you got a C?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great uh, something that you can feel that there's someone who cares about your studies beside your basketball. And again, he can advise you if you have a business idea that you need to run outside. He can help you on how to think. Can help you on how to do things.
Okay.
Yeah. For Johnny, Coach Johnny is Coach Johnny is everything that we all like. It's this guy that you can talk to before talking to Walker.
He's the opposite of Walker.
Yeah. He's so soft, he's not hard.
Yeah.
So these are so if you're between the hard and the soft, you can know which one is softer. So you can know that Coach Johnny, this guy who is so soft, so nice, he's willing to listen.
Yeah.
But Walker wants to implement immediately. Coach Johnny wants to listen and delay some little time. So that's the difference on them. But Coach Johnny always takes his thing and gives you freedom to express yourself and do other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've not heard you talk about how your parents helped you play, learn or continue playing basketball. Did your parents really support you becoming a sportsman, or I don't know if they were like all old school parents who think about sports for people who are not serious in school?
Yeah, basically, our Sudanese parents are not so much into sports, but I can say like how we were brought up is mm, our old dads were wrestle. They used to wrestle, like wrestling. The Dinka community we wrestle a lot from their young age. So that's a sportsmanship. So from there, when they hear that I'm playing basketball, it's especially my dad. He feels good about it. Like, okay, keep keep it up if that's what you like.
Okay.
Because I've always woken up early, going for jogging or going for workouts, coming back in the evening, or inspiring the kids at home to go and play basketball. Yeah, keep it up. But my mom didn't like it so much because of getting hurt. When there's a time I dislocated my knee, she just said stop basketball. That time our kid bro, so the younger one, it's called Chen, twisted his ankle. They're like, have you seen? Now this is it.
Yeah.
These things they always say like your dad's had those dislocations during the wrestling time and all of the Dinka times because of these sports. They say like it hurts you, so it's not good. My mom doesn't really support it, but when I started telling her about like this sport thing, does the benefits are this, the benefits are this.
Yeah.
People can make money off it. She's like, okay. Sometimes you can ask you how much have you made of basketball. I'm like, no, mommy, there's no money yet, but it will come. It will come. So, and the money, you can tell her the money is not there. It's there to sustain you.
Yeah.
It's not there to help others or what. But for yourself, it can sustain you.
Okay.
Yeah. So our Sudanese parents, it's really hard. Especially the women don't like even that's why our sisters are not so many in basketball.
Yeah.
In sports.
That's true. So I meant to ask you this question earlier. Why is it so easy for Sudanese basketball players to get opportunities abroad? Do you guys have ambassadors, basketball ambassadors who are Sudanese, who advise scouts outside there to look at Sudan in particular? I don't understand.
To start with that question, it's like you see the legendary Manu Ball. Everyone knows about him. Roll Deng.
Yeah.
Great guy is all over Africa. He's done a lot of things. From Manu bringing up Roll, from other kids that have been like Ton Makeros and Gabriel, who is in Portland. So these guys, South Sudan has always had, it's a powerhouse for basketball. And I think it always makes the scouts abroad think that where is this small country? Well, these strong people are coming. The height, we always have the height.
Yeah.
So it has always made sure that they need to look for where the height is. So and the height, when they go back home, they tell them that the kids already who are getting good are in Uganda. Yeah. So we have so many guys that have gone through the hands of coaches like Coach Wal, Coach Akej, and Akej used to. I should say Akej used to sleep with so many kids around, helping them, giving them schools. And now those kids, most of them have gone to abroad. course, they had the height, uh, Manyang, KK, a lot of guys to mention, Majok, a lot of other guys that are going to states through these guys' connections. So the scouts always just know that we are looking for the South Sudanese. Either it's a 7-footer, 6'10", 6'11", we always have them. Because of our height is a blessing that God has given us. There's nothing that we can always appreciate.
So who's the latest prospect who has gone abroad from Uganda through you guys' hand?
The latest that just went was Majok. That went after just Corona. Before Corona just came in. In fact, he was so lucky that he left in January. But his things were going to be cut. And that is after KK had left. And we all know KK. KK is a great guy. God willing, if everything happens, he could make it to the NBA or to the big league. There's nothing that can stop him. KK is a brother to KD, Gadwich, and Roy. So we really know that these are kids that have played through this Play for Peace tournament. They know the hustle went through cleaning the court during rain time. So one time, they have to pay back to the communities where they come from. We're not doing this for ourselves, but we're doing it for our community. Whether you have started this tournament today, it will last the other years. We never know who will be the next LeBron, whether South Sudan or Uganda, but probably we know it will have to come from home.
So your Dikong's big brother, Dikong is that basketball star in Mukono University. He has improved tremendously in a very short period of time. Since you're his big brother, I know you've had an influence towards his development. How much have you helped him?
Well, Dikong, I think he learned basketball from me. Because when I joined the same school, he joined the same school after me. He was a class behind me, and when he was a class behind me, we never missed any evening playing time. After classes, we have to play with him. And I remember even how we were first learning how to dunk, all that thing. We were all there hustling, putting a stone, then we step on a stone to dunk. So from there, it's been a very, very long struggle, and I think the hardest time he found is when I had left the school and come to Kampala. I remained in the same school because he had to finish his senior course. So I kept telling him, you know what? Where I am right now, it's where you're going to come from. So I was in Budo, and Dikong had to just come after. When I talk with Johnny, I have a young brother, and he's taller than me. He's like, he's taller than you? Oh, there's no need to even talk a lot of things. The next thing we hear is Dikong picked his admission at Budo. And the way he has really worked hard so much, and that's one thing. When you work hard, a lot of things will always happen to you. And I think when I also won the African 3-on-3, he also came and won also after me. That year we didn't go. So he has always great achievement. He has won a lot of awards, and I'm really so much happy about him. I just wish if he keeps working, a lot of things happen, because when we always go home, it's always competition. It has to be. We have to go every day. If we're running in the morning, we run together. We never. If I'm walking somewhere, he comes also there. If he's walking somewhere, I'm also there. Yeah, we're always together. So when he chose UCU, it was about choice now, because after I'm done, he can't come back to Ndejje where I am. So it was like, I wish to take my talent to Mukono. Oh, that's great, man. Go and find also success somewhere. So that's how we got himself into the league, and has become who he is right now. It's a very good prospect that will do something great either for the country South Sudan.
So let me get a little bit personal. Do you have a top 5, can I say NBL, since you've grown up in Uganda, in terms of basketball, or maybe do you have some South Sudanese players you look up to? Top 5.
Top 5 South Sudanese players. I really don't have so much.
You can mix them, Uganda
and South Sudan. The guy used to in Uganda.
Number 1 point guard.
My number 1 point guard in Uganda is Tony. I like Tony so much.
Tony Drileba. Then number 2.
In Uganda, my number 2 is I go with Caesar. Caesar the future.
Number 3.
My number 3. I'll go with Dikong.
Okay. Then number 4.
Number 4. Number 4 in Uganda. That takes me to. I can't say basically I can go with Ugandan basketball, man. It's also
You can make South Sudanese.
South Sudanese. I go with Deng Ndejje.
Okay. Then number 5.
Deng Ndejje has gone abroad. Number 5, the big man. Which big man do I really like? Katumba there. KD. Alright. I can't go with KD right now.
Okay.
I can later go with Mayom.
Mayom. Okay, then
not even Dudus.
Not even Soro.
Yeah, Soro.
Soro number 5.
Soro number 5.
Okay, so let's go worldwide. Do you have a top 5 from the
top 5 at the NBA at the worldwide? I go with guys who work hard. I can't go with LeBron, Kevin Durant because they all have the height, body, and all that thing.
Yeah.
Me, I go with small-bodied guys.
Okay.
I don't have a team in NBA, but I support individuals. I go with Steph Curry.
Okay.
He has been underrated from his young body size and all that. He changed the world. I go with Damian Lillard, from nowhere to where he is. He has worked for it. I go with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal has worked hard from a kid where he is to where he is. I also go with I can say Kobe. I'm a Mamba guy.
Yeah.
Mamba has changed the world, and rest in peace, and you all know. Then
the last one, number 5.
The last one, number 5. I go with is it tough? Why is it tough? I go with Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. So
from Streets.
Yeah, okay. Team of gods only.
Team of gods only.
American style.
Yeah, sure.
On the basketball court, who have you come across? Which opponent have you come across and you're like, oh my god, this is a tough guy?
The tough
offensively
guy.
And defensively.
Offensively and defensively. The guy that played offensively very tough is, Tony. Tony has a quick steal that has gone against me. And I always think about it like, on that, he's doing both on defense and offense.
Okay.
So he's one defensive guy that I look up to. He doesn't scare, he gets block shots and all that, but he has that quickness in the steal. So he's the guy I go to. On offense, guarding become also has been one of the hardest things. This looks like a family thing, but it's not about that. The truth is, even sometimes Walker is like, maybe I'm allowing my brother to score over me and they serve me and put another person. But the truth is, the guy is penetrating, and maybe our big guys are not sleeping.
Yeah. So on the basketball court, what's your go-to move like when you want to beat a defender easily? What do you do?
I really don't have a go-to move because what I study is how you react to your body. Because if I take my jab this side, if you don't respond to it, I use it. What I know is quickness. I can say quickness could be, if quickness was a move, that's what I do basically. I take that advantage of being quick to get there. Okay. But what you give me is what I go with. If you cut it off this side, I change the direction. If you want, I go between the legs. So basically, I don't have a go-to move, but the situation that comes, it's what I play.
Okay. So do you have a role model?
A role model in my life? I have a couple of role models, guys who do crazy things in the world. Yeah, but I cannot say like they're really. I can say guys who motivate me are all my role models. Guys who are pushing me like Walker. Guys who push me hard like. I have also a brother abroad. It's called God. Guys who push me are my role models. Family.
Okay. So do you have plans for the future? Do we expect to see Ajak like in NBA for the next 10 years, or you have plans of maybe going to Europe or going back home and become the South Sudan Federation president?
Honestly, it would be really great if I ever have an opportunity to become the president of the federation. But the truth is, I have plans like I want to become an agent, either a FIBA certified agent or an NBA certified agent, because I know out of the 2,200 or 2,000 plus kids who will play basketball in South Sudan, I want to manage certain people only. I need to have that opportunity to manage certain people that can even sign maximum contracts and tell them that it's not about you what you sign, but help these kids, help others. You see how LeBron came up with his agent, Rich Paul. It's a family thing. It's like a friendship. In fact, they're not blood brothers. but he just picked him because he's a friend. And now Rich Paul, you cannot touch him. His agency, Clutch Sport, you cannot touch Clutch Sport. Has Anthony Davis, does everyone.
Yeah.
So that's the only plan is. I think that's the only plan I have. That one day, one time, God willing, if I become an NBA agent, I want to manage the best of South Sudan in my time.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
So earlier on when I met you, you were putting on a mask. Then during the show, you began saying there's no corona in Uganda. I want you to look at the camera and advise the public, your brothers maybe in South Sudan, all over the world. 'Cause I know there are lots of Sudanese everywhere. Look at the camera and advise them to keep
Honestly, I tell you, guys, put on your mask. The thing, you might think that there's no corona, but the truth is, if it gets you, you might think that it's there. But before you just know that there's no corona, because it's not with you. So put on your mask, wash your hands, and keep the social distance. I think it's important because these are key things going all over the whole world. Don't pass the thing to our families because we move a lot the youth. So when you're reaching back home, please wash your hands because people at home, you have the mom, grandma, and everyone at home. So please just keep that social distancing wherever you are. And that's all about Corona.
Then lastly, I want you to look at the camera once again and inspire the young kids who want to be like you. Because I know you're a very influential figure in the country, even back at home.
Honestly, I can say, guys, if you need to be inspired, the thing is, guys are being creative about what they're doing about basketball. I can say Coach Wal, Coach Ajak, right now they created what is called solid skill basketball. Solid skill basketball, just go there and train. These guys will all get you opportunities. I've also joined myself as a player under them because I need to be trained some basics that I didn't learn about basketball. But whatever you're doing right now, you just don't know who's watching you. So tomorrow anything will happen. You'll find a scout coming somewhere and he just has to pick you up. So kids of today, we need to go. And also getting inspired is not about you're going to look at Walden, Manute Ball, Gabriel, guys who have achieved, You can start also looking at guys in this league in Uganda and look up to someone that you can learn something that can reach you. Then you can go watch those videos of the great guys again to get inspired. But you start talking with people. At least you need to talk to someone who can push you. So the young generation, I know we shall be blessed. Our South Sudan, we shall always come with hardworking guys and we shall all go. Thank you so much.
Well, that has been Ajak. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, King.
I hope next time we'll invite you on our event.
Great, I'll always be there. Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Ajak, captain, of course, in Ndejje Basketball Club. I've been your host, Vinny Jura. I'll see you again on Wednesday, but before you log out, please subscribe. I'll see you on Wednesday, 4 p.m. Have a good night.